Hi friends, it's Nathan, a third-year pharmacy student studying at the University of Waterloo. Welcome to the channel, welcome back to the channel. So it has been 3 weeks since I sat my college finals. If you guys saw the exam diary, it was a roller coaster. If you haven't, I will link both videos up above here. There's part 1 for week 1 and then part 2 for week 2. But in those videos, I basically take you along the journey. I document my study techniques, I share my thoughts going into the exam, what's coming out of the exam. You guys are just there with me taking these finals. And so I want to thank you guys for all the encouragement and love you guys have been showing in the comments of those videos. I edit those videos after the final week is over, and so I don't get to see all of your comments until I'm done, and so it is really encouraging to see all the support. The exam results are out and we are going to react to them live together. Now, before we go into the grades, I wanted to quickly tell you what exams I sat. Again, if you want the detailed breakdown of my thoughts, my emotions, watch the vlogs. My first exam I sat was therapeutics, which covered oncology, HIV, hepatitis, and pain. This class is focused on the treatment of these diseases. So looking at the drugs, the side effects, the diagnosis, all those kind of things. That exam was a hard exam. It was arguably my hardest exam. It was first, so I had a good amount of time to study for it, and I actually thought I prepared well for it. Usually with therapeutics, I go in very unsure of myself, but I knew pain, which was majority of the content on the exam, around like 70%. I knew that to the bone. I was answering those questions so easily, so well, so confidently. Granted, HIV, hepatitis were definitely not my strong suit. I probably lost a lot of marks in that section, as well as oncology. Truthfully, I didn't really review them that much because I knew the focus was going to be on pain, and so I just had to be strategic and get my points. There's a little tip for you: just focus on what you need to pass, what you need to guarantee a win. That was finished, and then my second exam was business fundamentals in pharmacy practice. And so it's a business course, so we learn about profit and loss statements, discounted cash flows, all that kind of stuff, but in a pharmacy perspective and a pharmacy lens. And so I love business, and I think I've developed a lot of business skills through this YouTube channel, and so I felt very confident about that. I am predicting very, very strong scores in that class. I also finished it early, and I never finish my exams early. I take always until the very end. Hi friends, I hope you guys are enjoying the suspense. Grades are the product of hard work and studying, but there is so much more to learning than just grades. For example, you have taking the initiative to tutor yourself, intellectual curiosity, the desire to learn a new skill, but how do you go about acting on those ambitions? Brilliant.org is the best way to learn math and computer science skills interactively. With thousands of classes from foundational and advanced math to computer science, physics, AI, there's so many for you to choose from, and they add new classes every month. While seeking my summer internship, I realized how advantageous it is for me to know how to code and think analytically. Even though I study pharmacy, there's an increasing presence of AI in the health tech space, and so being able to put those things on my resume makes me a more well-rounded and competitive applicant, and it goes for the same across all other industries. And so I've been taking the Computer Science Fundamentals course. Lessons are short yet informative, so I can still manage my daily responsibilities, and it really caters to my learning style. As you guys know, I learn by doing, and so having these interactive lessons where I can actually drag and drop codes and I can actually practice my understanding. The platform is fun and easygoing, as learning should be, and truthfully, I sometimes feel like I have a personal learning coach by my side. Level up your skills by going to brilliant.org/NathanWu to get a free 30-day trial, and the first 200 people will get 20% off their annual subscription. Thank you, brilliant.org. Now let's see what I got on my final grades. My third exam was my OSCE, an objective structured clinical exam. Now these are practical exams that all healthcare students have to sit, and it's focused on patient interaction. So you have an actor that comes in and they play either a doctor or a nurse, a patient, whatever, and you have to kind of role play it and pretend like you are in a clinical setting. And so there was 3 stations, 7 minutes. The bell rings, you go in, the bell rings, you go out. Very, very high stakes. The first interaction was with a doctor, and I was not confident in my answer. Like, I didn't even know what the drug they were asking about. They said the brand name, and I usually know the generic. And so I was like, huh? But I didn't even clarify. I don't know why I didn't clarify what the drug was, but I did ask them. I was like, so, given all of this that you said to me, what do you want to know? I fully asked him, what do you want from me as a pharmacist, as a drug expert? I was able to provide a recommendation based on that. I kind of went on a limb, I'll be honest, because I wasn't sure about the drug, and they asked me how long I need to monitor for, and I was like, oh, you can do like 8 to 12 weeks, when it was really 3 months, which actually fits in the 12-week period, but I wasn't very accurate because they want distinct, defined answers. I probably got some points, I probably lost some points. The second interaction was verifying prescriptions. So, you know, when you go to a pharmacy, they drop off a prescription and then you have to check it for clinical accuracy, if it's safe to dispense. The first one went well, but I did it in 5 out of the 7 minutes. And so I had 2 minutes to do the second one, ran out of time. And so I just submitted it, said there was nothing wrong with it. By some miracle, I found out that my hunch was right. There was nothing wrong with it. So that was good. But at this point, like in my head during those interactions, I thought they were going terribly. Like we are 0 for 2 right now. And so I was thinking I was gonna redeem myself for the very last station. I didn't. It was a triple whammy. You know, it was a new prescription, a prescription error. It was over-the-counter product counseling. It was everything that I just didn't expect. And my head was all over the place. You know, I said one thing which was wrong, and then I was like, oh, sorry, my bad, ignore what I just said. And then basically at the very last minute, I realized this patient can't even take this drug. I've been counseling on this drug for the past like 5 minutes, and I realized, wait, they can't take this, and then we gotta switch it up. I didn't know what drug to recommend, and so I was like, wait, I actually had this issue before, and I took a drug for this, I'm gonna provide that drug. And so I did it. Somehow I got it right, and so all these stations I really wasn't sure, but I think I was very lucky, I'll be honest. But we'll see what they are. I mean, there's so much more than just the accuracy. Like there's the communication, there is the empathy, and I never perform well in the empathy category because I'm so focused on just getting the information out that I'm like so stone-faced. And then the very last exam was on travel medicine, as well as top 100 drugs, which are the top most common drugs that you see in a pharmacy. The top 100 drugs, I was going through my cards, reviewing. At this point, it was my last exam. I had no motivation. I was really trying to get through them, and I made some bad decisions. I procrastinated, and so I was left studying hours and hours, sleeping 3 hours before my exam just to ensure that I could get through this. I'll be honest, I don't think I did too well on the top 100 drugs. They were using brand names in every single question, and I obviously am more familiar with the generics. Again, this is probably an issue that I need to work on, but I can go from the generic to the brand, not so much from the brand to the generic in terms of the recognition. And so I was getting tripped up with a lot of them. They were very nitty gritty. And then when I checked my cards after, some of them I got, some of them I didn't. So I really don't know what to expect with these exams. There was good parts, there was bad parts, but we will check them right now. Oh my God, also it's so hot. It's like 80 plus degrees. I'm sweating from the heat. We'll see if I start sweating from the anxiety of these grades. Okay, so I definitely have done so many of these that I am starting to kind of dissociate myself from my grades, and I think that is how all students should be approaching looking at their reports. Grades don't define you. They don't hold any weight to your success, to your person, to what you'll accomplish in the future. They're merely just an indicator in a broken system, and I just want to put that out there. I did the best I could do. I worked hard. It was a very tough semester. The midterms were really tough on my mental health. And I'll make a video about that separately, but we're just gonna check this, okay? Whew, okay, so let's go to winter 2023. I just need a pass. Pharmacy school is just pass or fail. Once I hit that 60 threshold, obviously I want to do well, but again, pass is a pass, and I know what I'm capable of and I know what my standards are. I'm actually excited for them because I worked so hard. Is my laptop frozen? Okay, we're gonna check them now. Whew. Okay. We have passed all of our classes. Okay. Wow, okay. Just kind of processing it. For business, I got a 93. Oh, that is so good. I will be honest. Pharmacy school has been so tough that 90s are very hard to come by. Like getting 80s are the new 90s, but to have a 93 in this class, oh, that feels really good. I actually really like that class and I might actually take the next elective. For therapeutics, I got a 70 and I'm good with that. I mean, a 70 is very solid. I don't usually score in the 70s. I usually score kind of in the mid 60s or high 60s. That's great. Wow. Considering I did really poorly on the first midterm, I really redeemed myself for that exam. The next class was the professional practice class, which is the OSCE. I got a 76. Very good. Very good. I thought I was very hit or miss with the OSCEs, but it seems like I did well in that. That's a very solid mark. Okay guys, so I emailed my professor asking for the individual OSCE station marks just so that I could see how I did on each station. She just got back to me and I thought I would film the reaction for this together because this is the real deal. No padding, no cushion, just is as it is. So let's click it. Okay, so, okay. The first station where I interacted with the doctor, the healthcare professional, I got a 75, which I think is pretty fair. I think, you know, I did miss some things. I wasn't as accurate as I could have been, but I did hit the overall general theme, so 75 makes sense. For verifying prescriptions, I got 100 on that, and that's great because even though I'm not interacting with an actual human, it's worth the same amount. So technically it's all the equal weighting. So really happy with that. And then the last station is the one where I interact with the patients. This is the one where I was all over the place and I got a 46 on that, which is definitely low, but I think for what happened, I can see where the mark came from. For how badly that went, you know, I could have gotten a 0 because I basically missed a whole lot of talking points. I missed the counseling, but I did understand that I couldn't give that drug. I'm actually probably gonna email the professor just to ask for a little bit more context. I want to see the rubric in the comments on that one, but overall that's around a 75 on the OSCE station, coupled with the rest of my term's work in this course, puts it off a really strong mark. One of my electives I took, which didn't have an exam, was complementary and alternative medicine. And this is a class that focuses on a lot of herbals, botanicals, traditional Chinese medicines, looking at the evidence behind those and seeing how we can approach those topics for our patients as pharmacists. Because I got an 83 in. Wow. So I actually got recognition from this professor and she reached out to me and she was like saying, hey Nathan, you're actually really good at public speaking for presentations that I had to do. And she was like, you should definitely consider education, teaching, lecturing in your future career. And I was like, thank you, because that's kind of what I do on this channel. And obviously, I don't know if she knows I have a YouTube channel, but it's nice to see that kind of full circle. And then we have the last class, which is an elective that I took. It was called Interprofessional Case Management, which is a class that focused on working with nurses, how to best collaborate so that we could provide the best patient outcome. There was no exam for this one, and I got an 86. So these are all really solid marks. I'm like really happy. I'm like really happy. I think this is probably one of the highest overall GPAs of my semesters in farm school. Okay, so my term GPA is a 73.46, and that is a solid 3.3 GPA. That is so good to know because I really did work so hard this semester. To see this at the end of it really just shows my perseverance. It shows my ability to fight and to get back up when knocked down, because I was knocked down over and over again. I felt like I never even got the chance to get back up. Like I was just on the ground for a good 2 months. We did it. So I want to thank you guys again for another great college finals week. We are done and it's now the summer and I'm in my internship and I have one more academic semester left. Then we're into my rotations and I'll be working in hospitals and in different departments, whether that is surgery, whether that's oncology, pediatrics, ICU, ER. We are nearing the end. We are so close, just one more year to go, and I will be Dr. NathanWu. Something to look forward to together. Thank you everyone for all the support. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to give it a like. Let me know in the comments what you thought of this college finals week. If you guys recently sat your exams and have your grades, let me know below, and I would love to kind of celebrate and support one another. It's a safe space in the comments, I assure you. If you want to see more vlogs in the study space, lifestyle space, or just study tips and techniques, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified every time I post a new video. And if you want to see more of my day-to-day life as a student, you can follow me on Instagram at nathan.wu. I'm also on TikTok at it's NathanWu. But that's it for me. I'm sweating like a pig. But now that we can celebrate, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye. Missing someone.